How's it going, everybody? Welcome back in to the Ranger Wrap Up, where we give you the latest and greatest news in the world of Power Rangers here on the Illuminerdi. I am Bryce West, alongside Larry Newbill. Larry, how are you doing today?
I'm doing actually well, very well. It's nice outside,
Yeah,
and it's good to be back with you guys. So everything is
yeah.
going good.
Larry, you said you were working outside today. What were you doing out there?
Yard work,
Yard
raking up
work?
the leaves. Since it's finally raking up the leaves and just taking care of the plants. And I kind of dug
Yeah.
out a couple of mints, so I might make something a little adult drink later on
Oh, okay.
tonight.
There you go. There you go. Do you have a garden out there?
Yes, yes,
Gotcha. Okay.
yes.
What
I have a
what
garden,
kind of
so.
what kind of plants do you have?
That we got some banana peppers, regular peppers, tomatoes, grape tomatoes.
There you
Um,
go.
yeah, we got some carrots and
Nice.
yeah, yeah. So
Do
that's
do you make
the
a lot of
most about
homemade
it.
food with all that stuff?
Homemade
Nice.
salad,
See, I barely know how
Illuminati
to
mean
make ramen
salad. I like to
noodles.
call it.
So,
Oh, the ramen
yeah.
noodles.
Yeah, I barely know how to make ramen noodles, so I'm not making any homemade stuff. So, but that's really cool though.
Oh,
Uh,
the ramen
but
noodles.
yeah, there we go. But
Let's go.
we appreciate you all joining us here today. We're going to be covering Cosmic Fury episode 3. And then, since this is also the episode where they get their powers, we're also going to be discussing some of our favorite uh, Power Ranger original costumes here later on in the show. So if you want to give us your thoughts on your favorite Power Ranger original costumes, definitely let us know in the chat, and then we'll discuss that later on. But yeah, so now we have Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, episode 3. They press the button. They were transported to the distant planet Eridus, and now the Rangers are stranded there, and they have to figure out how to get out. So that's kind of where we're at. So we get the right off the bat, we get this really cool moment between Billy and Javi, where Javi is having trouble with his guitar. I believe we have an image. Um, and Billy kind of goes like, "Hey, don't know how to play this thing, but I'll do whatever you need me to do to help." And I just thought that was a really great moment between Javi and Billy, and just a really great character moment for Billy to just kind of go like, "Hey, don't know how this thing works, but I'll do whatever I can to help."
Right. Yeah. I mean, Billy is the OG. He always thinks positive when you're having a very difficult time at the moment. So he's basically like a big brother slash a father figure. So yeah, the Billy is always there to help, and yeah, that's why I love about Billy though, because he knows the situation because he's been through those times when he was their age, and yeah, so he know exactly what to do and handle the situation very well. So kudos for
Yeah,
Billy, man.
I
I'm
mean,
so
it
happy
is
he's
really,
back.
yes, yeah, it is really interesting to see Billy's dynamic with the other Rangers, because last time that we saw him in the show, um, he was their age.
Hmm.
So it's been that long since we've seen Billy, and now to see him in this sort of new role, we got to see it a little bit in Once and Always, but now to see it in the show and to see it with a whole new team of Rangers, because in Once and Always, the only person he was really able to mentor was Min, and he wasn't really a great
Hmm.
mentor to Min. Uh,
Man, no, no, he's
you
not at
know,
all.
but we do get to see him be a really great mentor to these Rangers, which I really really enjoyed throughout the whole show. We also get a news media coverage from General Shaw. We have a photo of that. She just randomly shows up out of nowhere. This is her only appearance. She's there for 5 seconds and then she's gone. Uh,
Kid like,
so
well, just a little
so
quick cameo appearance. So it's like, hello,
yeah, they
and
they
it's
really
out.
like they've really like doing that the past few years, where General Shaw just kind of shows up out of nowhere and then disappears, and you don't hear from her again.
All right.
And this is what we get. It's really weird. It's also a weird character to choose to do that with. I would have thought it would have been so much cooler if they brought back somebody like Devin. I think, since he took commander, he's now the commander of Great Battle Force, and then Shaw got promoted. Um, I kind of always thought that meant they were gonna maybe use Devin more down the line after Beast Morphers, and then they never did. And he's also just a ranger, so it would have been cooler just to have a ranger return. But
Right.
I'm not necessarily complaining about General Shaw return. I mean, I thought she was a cool character in Beast Morphers, but just to have her randomly show up out of nowhere and then just immediately disappear again, it just kind of felt like, okay, like what's the point of doing this here? They
Right.
could have just had like anybody on any sort of newscast to do that. Um, so I'm not complaining that she returned. I just wish that she returned for a purpose, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Larry,
Right.
what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it was good. The wish they would make a little cameo appearance with the other
Yeah.
Rangers and all that, and then
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, even in Dino Fury season 2, we got more because I mean the Beast Morpher Rangers appeared. I mean, it was archive footage,
right.
but they appeared, you know.
Appeared.
So, and I wish honestly, I mean we've talked about this a lot, and I think we're gonna be talking about this throughout this basically this whole season. But I really wish they could have done that with any of the Rangers. Like even just archive footage would have been better than the nothing that we got. Just fight footage, of
Mhm.
the Rangers fighting things. I thought that would have been nice because I mean we get this constant, oh, Ranger teams across the world are defending against Zed's forces, but we never got to see any of that. And I think even if they had just used archive footage, um, I think that would have been cool. I think that would have been nice, better than nothing. What are your thoughts on that, Larry?
I agree, but I agree if he has the ones where we saw like a full team up and everything. Yeah, yeah, the
Yeah.
like the you said of follow up. They could have had more appearance for it and a lot more focus on that. But yeah, it is what it is. It is
Yeah.
what it is. That they try crunching in like a little quick appearance or so, or even have a more appearance to like from all the other space sheriffs, like the space
Yeah.
sheriffs in Cabin that was
Yeah, like
on the
yeah,
Beast
the
Morphers
what
or
was his
something.
name? Chaku or whatever.
Yeah, the
And then there
Chaku.
was Space Sheriff Skyfire.
Yeah, the Skyfire
But
on there.
yeah, yeah, very, very, very interesting. We got Thomas Franco in the chat. What's going
Yeah, the
on?
welcome in,
How's it going
Thomas.
today? But yeah, so now and we also get a lot of character moments between Amelia and Ion.
Hmm.
Ion I really like their dynamic here and throughout the season. Ion's like, we have to save Zato. That should be our main priority. And
Hmm.
Amelia's like, well, I want to save Ollie.
Yeah, like
I
two.
like Ollie. We need to save Ollie too. And so like Ion kind of just doesn't give a damn about saving Ollie.
Oh.
He's so focused on Zato.
Hmm.
And then Amelia's like, how about we do both? Does that sound cool?
I mean, why not to do both? Just take a time.
Yeah,
Take a day at a time just to save their loved ones.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like why not
yeah,
both? They didn't just like argue like over the who wants to say who. Just do both. I mean, they're in the same
yeah.
situation. It's like,
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, I don't know why we're
Yeah,
having this kind of
but
argument.
I liked it though because we were able to get some really cool character moments between Amelia and Ion. They really haven't had any character moments ever.
No, not at all.
Uh,
Which is
and
kind of
and
funny.
and what and what we've got and what we got here in this episode, I thought was really nice seeing them kind of argue, but then come to like the same conclusion at the end. I thought that was really neat. And then we also get gaslighting at its finest, Mr. Ali Akana. I think we got an image of him talking to his mom,
Hmm.
and going like, "Hey, mom, what's up? I'm good now. So how about you tell me where the Rangers are?" Um, and and then she she kind of starts to believe him, and then he reveals his cards. Mick calls her on the computer, reveals the location of Zato, and then he starts to go after him. But yeah, once again, um, we have Ollie at its finest. I just love this character in this season. Like what they did with him was so cool.
Yeah, he did really good. I mean, to be honest, I think we all agree on all he did basically made the show. I mean, he stole the
Yeah,
show because he played
yeah.
a damn good villain.
Uh,
Oh,
he's the our producer doesn't know which one Ollie is, and we can't get the
uh
damn photo up.
oh,
He's the evil one that we've been talking about this whole time
the
throughout the whole
evil,
show. That he wears blue.
yeah, blue, all the blue. I got that.
Oh my! Oh yeah, he found him. He found him. Anyway, I think we need a Shay Mike. I think at this
Yeah,
point, with all these interjections, I think the audience is missing out on a lot here. So yeah, well, we'll work on getting the Shay mic in here so you can hear some of the shenanigan shit that ensues around here. But yeah, our producer has some spectrum problems. So all right, well, we'll see. He thinks he's got the right photo, but jeepers. All right, anywho, so good lord, very professional production going on here. Yeah. Anyway, so now the Rangers are kind of going on to the surface of the planet to kind of investigate things, look and see if they can find a way out or whatever. Meanwhile, Billy is also working on
mhm,
something.
a little something,
Uh,
something, as
you know,
always, always in the back of
something.
chambers.
And so they gotta try to figure that out as well. On the surface of the planet, Ion is looking for some fruit. Ion's got his
Hmm.
priorities. He's hungry. And he's trying to make some dinner for everybody.
Hmm.
So, and then this appears. I think we have a photo of that. Shay, he looks like a giant worm. That's what the photo looks like. But anyway, so that they don't have their powers. So they gotta figure out what they're gonna do. And the one thing that they can do is motocross. And, and so and so Ion gets on his bike, and he attacks the monster that way. And it felt very Power Rangers Ninja Storm. That whole sequence, with Ion on the bike, he's chasing the bad guy. I really like that whole sequence there. Yeah, if Power Rangers is known for anything, it's the random bike sequences.
Oh yeah, oh
and I
yeah.
and I thought this was a pretty good one.
Here's a good one. It's just a little tribute.
Yeah,
With the bike chase, so it's cool.
but yeah, eventually the Rangers are able to get away, and they're able to get back onto the ship. They've got everything that they needed, and they are able to with Billy, who has some new specs for them. We've got the new morphers. We got a photo of that. It looks like a dinosaur thing. And then let's talk about the morphers real quick. Larry, what are your thoughts on the morpher design? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I really like how they sort of combined the Q Ranger aesthetic with the Ryu Soldier aesthetic. I thought that was really cool. I really like how the globes look on the device. I think that's really neat. Also, the toy that you can buy in stores. Apparently, the sounds interact with the show. So if you're watching the show, uh, uh, certain scenes in the show will activate the toy, and it'll make like different sounds and stuff. So I think that's really cool. Uh, Yeah.
And they,
But overall, I think they look really cool. And then we also get to see the new morph sequence.
hmm
You know, with them in the grid. We got a photo of that. I think it looks pretty freaking awesome. I'm not gonna like with them like flipping and the grid like comes over them, and then like they kind of like pull the visor down uh through in the morph sequence. I thought that looks really cool too. What do you mean? Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's a little bit of a long one. Yeah. It was Samurai. Samurai was long. You remember that one? Yeah. Yeah, the samurai more sequence was a really long one. But yeah, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it looked really cool. And then we have a photo here of the costumes. We have the original four Rangers here. We got red, green, black, and gold, and I think they look really cool. I like the suits. I mean, I mean, yeah, the muffled the muscle effects or definition or whatever that they have on there is pretty cringe. But honestly, if you just remove that, I think the suits look great. So, and then we also, yeah, all American made costumes. We also got to look at the weapons. I think the weapons look really cool. I think we have a close up of Amelia's hammer. Her weapon is really cool. Javi's sort of guitar axe is awesome. You see, and this is what we're able to get whenever we have these fully American made suits. We don't have to depend on the Super Sentai. You get to have these weapons that like directly correlate with the character. Javi's axe. He oftentimes does a guitar motion with it. We're able to get these character moments with that we wouldn't have otherwise gotten because in Ryu Soldier, I don't think Javi's counterpart played the guitar. uh, I
yes.
yeah, they're all knights and stuff, and so we don't get to have cool stuff like that. But now with Cosmic Fury, we're able to have some of that creative liberty there.
hmm
Um, and so I thought that was pretty neat. And basically, that's pretty much it for the episode.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
They get their powers, and we don't really get to see them full on fight with them until next time, unfortunately.
hmm
But yeah, Larry, what were your thoughts on the episode overall?
So overall, it
Yeah.
was pretty good. I love Amelia and oh gosh, I
Well,
lost my
Ion.
brain. Yeah, the ion.
Yeah.
Sorry, the brain is
Yeah,
gone
it's
after
all
that.
good.
They're like a point blank. Damn Spectrum.
Spectrum
Yeah,
Internet is messing everything up.
yeah, they're messing
Yeah.
everything up. But
Yeah, this is and
yeah,
this
yeah.
this episode is anti-sponsored by Spectrum. Yeah, so yeah, don't
Yeah.
get Spectrum. Oh
But
my gosh, it's been
but
ruining our day today. But anyway, yeah,
but yeah. I love their deep conversation that was with those two in that situation that they both have in common. That we need to say Ollie, that we need to say
yeah,
Zato. So it's like just the want to do both. It just take
yeah,
a day at a time. Which I love it,
mm,
and plus, man, Billy is always coming in clutch, always think of
yeah,
something to build, and he sure builds some brand new powers to using the uh, the
yeah,
um the Morphin Masters
yeah.
uh, um uh,
The staff,
yeah,
yeah,
the one with the
yeah,
staff. They tried to create new ones from the grid, which
yeah,
is good because
yeah,
when you know something is up, to when Billy will be into like a separate room by himself, do you know that he'll be cooking up something,
That's true. Yeah.
cooking up
Yeah,
something,
he's
to,
in the room by himself the
self.
whole episode. Something's happening.
Yep, something
And
happening.
something we forgot to mention. Amelia's the Red Ranger now. We did. That's a pretty big
Oh
deal.
yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah, yeah.
went from pink to
Red.
red. And yeah. So and she's pretty much she's the leader of the team now.
She
They're still
deserves
they're
it
still
a
searching for
lot.
Zato.
She,
Yeah. Well, and I think that in these first few episodes they did a really good job um showcasing her as a leader,
yep.
because it's been Zato. Zato's been the Red Ranger. And
Mm-hmm.
now, the grid has chosen her with these power sets to be the Red Ranger, the leader. And I thought they did a really good job setting all that up.
Yeah, yeah. But she did an awesome job. Whether Zato is in present or not, but yeah, she's the always like look, everything is going to be okay. That we just have to make a plan, go through with the plans, and just think of something to, but her, she just being a instant leader with all the situations,
Yeah.
which she really deserves a lot. And yeah, it's kind of funny to when she noticed after she morphs, it's like the white the why my pink is a little bit dark. The why is it dark? And then when she realized she's a ranger now, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm a red ranger. And it's like, well, yeah, they chose you for a reason. Something that you must have did throughout the season, the situations, with all your encouragement, your leadership, and all that. That's how you became a red ranger, for those reasons. And I know everyone is really happy about it, and especially all the Rangers fans who was really um glad to see like a first female official female leader of the team,
Yeah.
the Ranger, like officially. So she made history,
Yeah.
and
I mean, we've
it's a
had
long
yeah,
time
we've
coming. It's a long
as you
time
said,
coming.
we've
So
had Red Rangers before, but never for the full show.
yeah, not for a
We
full
had
show.
Charlie in SPD, but she was kind of like an evil, Red Ranger. They
She
went
was actually
missing and then
hot.
came
I'm not
back
gonna lie.
evil.
She was actually hot.
And then Okie dokie, and then we had Lauren
Yeah,
and
Lauren.
Samurai, but she was just there for the very end, basically. But
Mm-hmm.
we've got a Red Ranger. We got her for the whole season, and the great thing is we've had her for 2 seasons before too, so
Yep.
we already know the character.
Oh
Um,
yes.
and we got to see her really become this leader, and I thought, for the most part, they did a pretty good job with that. Now, whenever Zato comes back later on, well,
Mhm.
we'll talk about how that's still going, but I mean, but with Zato gone right now, um, I think they've done a really good job showcasing her as the leader of this team.
Yeah. And on the other parts of the little, like I said, on the Billy's part, which is Billy's being Billy. Everybody loves the Billy. The Billy's just doing his own thing, and the suits, all Power Rangers American made. Same with the weapons, and
Yep.
gosh, yeah, yeah. I think these costumes, their suits is got to be one of my top 10 favorite suits. The
Cool.
one the one of
Yeah,
my
I
top
mean,
tens.
they definitely would
It's
have been
clean.
for me if it
It's
weren't
really clean.
if well, they would have been so much more clean if they
Oh
didn't
yeah,
have those
without the muscle
stupid
stuff.
muscle
Yeah, the with the
tone,
bow tone.
whatever crap they had on there. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that. I like you. I don't.
I think
I
it
doubt.
was. I think it
Yeah,
was.
I have a feeling that was probably a Hasbro thing. And Hasbro, for future reference, it looks dumb as hell. So don't. So for the reboot, don't do it again,
Okay.
because
Okay. The couple of points off the with the muscle.
yeah.
A couple of points off.
Like,
That's it. A
seriously,
couple of points
because I
off.
mean, if you look at Amelia in the video game Power Rangers Legacy Wars, she looks awesome because
Oh
they don't
yeah.
have the muscle tone on the chest or whatever.
Yeah.
It just really it bogs down the costume a lot. But I
So
think the rest of the costume looks really cool, you know. So it's just that
hmm
one part for me, you know. I know a lot of other people have even more issues, you know, because they are, I guess, sort of simplistic, you know.
right.
But you know, I kind of like that, you know.
Yeah.
Overall I like the costumes. It's just, you know, you remove those stupid muscle things, and they would have been fine. But
Hasbro.
excuse me. Yeah,
The Hasbro
yeah,
policy.
Hasbro. But and
The
then
guy with the
also
muscles.
one other thing we forgot to mention is, you know, Fern is still on the ship, you know, and we're sort of dealing with that relationship between her and Izzy right
Is he?
now.
Yep.
Um,
Very easy.
like Izzy's like trying to, like, you know, be, you know, protective of her girlfriend, and then Fern, she's just like, you know what, girl, I'm here now. You know, just let me help out. You know,
They almost so
and
yeah, they were so close to about to kiss until like,
yeah, welcome to Power Rangers.
yeah, they was about to
You
kiss
know,
and whoop, there it is. But
but
but then again, you know, deep down, the Izzy and Firm are they're actually glad that they get to spend more time now since they're in a different planet together. So it's like, hey,
yeah,
the more time to build the relationship strong and everything. Since they're spending more time each other, even though that they're in the situation right now, that they're in the different
yeah,
planet now. So temporary, but as of right now,
right,
I think it's right to move for them to have those two build the relationship
right.
more longer, so that they don't have to be separate.
Yeah, I really like what they did with Izzy and Fern in this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, you know, their dynamic was really interesting. It was nice to get to see more of Fern because, you know, in the first two seasons of Dino Fury, she was just a recurring character. You know, but
Mm-hmm.
the extent of her character was basically just Izzy's girlfriend.
Right.
But we actually get to see a lot more of Fern. We get to learn more about her. We
Mm-hmm.
get to have a lot more character moments with her, and then by the time that we get to the point where she becomes a ranger, you know, we've really fallen in love with the character, and so I
Mm-hmm.
really like what they've done with Fern so far.
Yes.
And yeah, I thought that was
She it
really
just
really
want to
cool.
help. That's all. She just don't want to help out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what she wants.
So that pretty much concludes our coverage for Cosmic Fury episode 3. And now that we're talking about, you know, we're on the topic of costumes and stuff like that, I thought it'd be kind of cool to talk about some of the greatest American made Power Ranger costumes, you know, because obviously Power Rangers is based off of a Japanese show, Super Sentai, and that's
Mm-hmm.
where they get the majority of their source footage, you know, for the
Mm-hmm.
fights and the Megazords and stuff. Cosmic Fury was the first season to sort of not rely on that for the fight footage. They only used the Megazord stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, in the past, we have had a few instances. We had some pretty cool original costumes. One of them is the Titanium Ranger. Shay,
Yep.
he's a Silver Ranger with a V on his visor. Uh, but come on, Shay, you would have not have known if I didn't. Yeah, exactly. So don't give me that look.
He's
But
back there shaking his head.
but but the Titanium Ranger was the first, you know, major instance of this, where in Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, their Super Sentai counterpart Go-Go 5
Yep,
did
go
not
go
have
five.
a sixth Ranger technically,
They
and
kind of have
there was
like a
no
bio.
Titanium Ranger,
Okay,
and
yes.
so we got to have, and it was a pretty major part of that story too. I the one thing that people actually still talk about in Lightspeed Rescue
Oh yeah.
is the Titanium Ranger, and that's pretty much the only thing that season has to offer.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you know, otherwise, Lightspeed Rescue. Sorry, Lightspeed Rescue fans. It's a pretty nothing season for me. But the Titanium Ranger stuff is pretty cool. So
I like the background story that how it all happened and everything. That hey, I mean, his dad can't save both his kids, so it's like the what's the kid he do? Might as well take the deal,
yeah,
and then when he comes back on his the what's it when he turns 21 or something like that, when he comes back and all that, and then and then the Ryan think his dad abandoned them, to wait to find out the real truth to what happens,
Yeah.
and then it's got it's it's a good background
Yeah.
story. And another one with the American Made was Jungle Fury with the Spirit Rangers
Yeah. We got a
that
photo of those,
Super
the blue,
Sentai
green,
never
and
had,
black. Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
really
I
cool.
yeah, if we can get that photo pulled up of the Spirit Rangers, they are really cool. Because I mean, we got three of them. You know,
Hmm.
three original American-made Rangers. Wasn't in Geki Ranger, the Jungle Fury Super Sentai counterpart. They look
Nope,
awesome.
never.
I
They
I,
look
th-
really
I
good.
honestly, I think they're the best American-made suits ever.
Hmm.
Because I mean, they what? Well, you don't have a picture of it. Yes, you do. It's right here. I'm looking at it right now. They're blue, green, and black Rangers.
The ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for our the producer.
Hey,
He
it's
couldn't
right. I'm
find
looking at
our.
it. I've opened it in the drive, in the Google Drive folder.
but
Oh my God. Well,
the out of
Shay,
the
you can't
three,
blame this one on Spectrum Internet. This is not. It's right there. All right. Anyway, well, okay. Well, we'll see if this is the right photo. I don't even know. This is going to be interesting. But yeah, the Spirit Rangers are cool. Of the Spirit Rangers. Oh, the Shark one. Yeah, the Shark. Shark Ranger is super cool. That is not the Spirit Rangers, Shay. Those are the Cosmic Fury Rangers. What are you? Oh my gosh.
we
This is a show
apologize.
that we're covering. We've already showed that photo.
I love the bat one though. I like the Spirit Ranger bat. That's
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah,
like
the
his
Bat Ranger's
yeah
really cool
the
too.
black and white with that bat
But
and
anyway,
the elephant's cool
I
too.
guess we're not gonna have to show any more photos. I don't know. We're really dropping the ball here. Shay, do you
You're
have the
messing up over
Hyperforce
there,
ones?
sir.
They look like for their. Yeah, well, anyway, next up we're gonna cover the Hyperforce Rangers. While
Yeah,
they weren't
let's move
part of
on to
the
that one.
they weren't part of the main TV show, but they did have a web series on Twitch, the Hyper RPG channel. It is canon to the show. It's part of the expanded universe of Power Rangers. We get a lot of returning Rangers in that show, but the main Rangers, the Hyperforce Rangers from the year 3016, their suits are really cool. They were actually designed by Peter Sudarso Ranger in that series, and they look friggin' awesome. I love
Shout
the
out to Peter.
Hyperforce costumes. Yeah, Peter Sidarso is so awesome. I love
Yeah.
Peter. I got to meet him at Morphicon last year, and he is such a cool dude. Shay, what is going on?
I know
Do
to
we
say
have a
it.
photo or not? You found the
Oh, the
photos
picture.
that have been uploaded in the Google Drive the whole time? Yeah,
Uh,
well, yeah. you know Good lord, Chad, I am sorry that you have to well, you know what, we're gonna get a Shay mic on next time, so you can
shit.
hear the the shenanigan shit that me and Larry have to deal with on a weekly basis. This is horrible.
Uh,
Anyway, anyway, we appreciate your help, Shay. Whenever
good effort.
it's helpful.
Good effort.
Anyway, yeah, Hyperforce is really cool. I love Hyperforce. I think Hyperforce would make a really cool animated series to adapt.
Oh yeah.
Because the Hyperforce episodes are 3 hours long. It's a live play RPG series. Um, Sort of like Dungeons and Dragons.
Mhm.
And so it's a very different medium than I think a lot of people are used to. And I think it would be really cool to bring that into a medium a more wider audience can enjoy, because the Hyperforce story that's there is one of the best stories ever told in Power Rangers. So yeah, I would really like to see these suits in another medium, because these suits. I mean, you basically only get to see them in promotional artwork. Otherwise, you're imagining it because they're playing a game. It's Dungeons and Dragons. So we finally got the picture up. Apparently. But yeah. So but we appreciate your help, Shay. But but yeah, Hyperforce is really cool. They've come back in the comics. You know, so we're finally get to see, because Hyperforce ended on a massive cliffhanger. It's really kind of cool to get them to see them continue their story in the comic books. So yeah, Hyperforce costumes are really cool. Larry, out of all of the original costumes that we've seen in Power Rangers, which ones are your favorites? Yeah. Well, those are your favorite ones that we've ever gotten. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I think so too. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Megan, Peter, what was the Black Ranger's name? Her actress. Uh yes, her name started Christina. Christina V. Yeah. Yeah, and Yoshi too. Oh, but bring
Oh,
all of
she
them back.
bring them all back.
I think it'd be really cool for them to do more stuff with Hyperforce. I think personally,
Yes.
my favorite Power Ranger costumes were the Jungle Fury Spirit Rangers. Maybe Will Shay, hey, you found the photos, right? Maybe this is your second chance. Do you think you can get the Spirit Ranger photos up
Say
here? We'll see. I don't know. Okay. It might not be
it.
the right photo. I don't know. But we'll see.
Opening the
But
picture of Bryce on there, got like a
we've got a
selfie.
stream delay. I don't know if he's done the right photo yet. But yeah, the Spirit Rangers are super cool. I mean, the way they did it with the bat, the elephant, the shark. The Shark
There
Ranger
we
suit
go.
is one of my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is, Shay. Wow, good
Yeah.
job, man. That's
Man,
awesome.
man, they
Okay.
are a beauty with their weapons. They're beauty.
Yes.
And
Oh
the
my gosh, and their
bat.
weapons too.
And
Um,
but man, that
Shark
bat is
Ranger,
so
Shark Ranger is one of my favorite suits ever in the whole show.
yeah. I love the bat, man. The bat's awesome.
And the fact that they weren't even from Super Sentai is really really cool. But yeah, I think that pretty much wrap things up for today's edition of the Ranger wrap up here on the Illuminerdi. Next week we're going to be covering Cosmic Fury episode 4.
Or
We get to see the return of a familiar face, a familiar friend. And we also get our first look at Ollie's new Dino Fury Dark Blue Ranger
yes.
costume, which is also I honestly actually that
That's
one might be my favorite American made
the American
costume that
made.
they've ever done. But unfortunately, it hasn't appeared yet, so we didn't get to talk about it. But we will
Spoiler.
definitely be talking
Let's
about it next week, because holy cow, it is awesome.
it's
But
on point.
yes, once again, thank you all so much for tuning in to the Ranger once again next week. Peace out.
Peace.